After waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks, I finally got my Grimberg. It's not exactly what I wanted it to be. I really, really, really wanted to love this, but it's it's bulky. If you were to carry this for, say, concealed carry, it is bulky. Make no mistake. The grip is short, to say the least. I have decent sized hands, and my little finger, it has no chance of being on the grip. I'm not a big fan of that. It's got a dovetail rear sight. It will move if you bang it around, so once you zero this in, you should make some kind of a mark so you can come back to zero again in case you bump it and it moves. I dropped it and it cracked. Hopefully that doesn't cause a big problem. I may have to take it apart and investigate what the hell happened there. If it's needs to be repaired or have this whole lower replaced. To me, the balance seems off. It seems very top heavy. It's going to be different for everyone. Trigger pull is not what I expected. It's you have to get used to it. Yeah, you're going to have to get used to the trigger pull on this. As far as charging it, that could be an issue because I'm right-handed. Charging it, the heel of my hand gets in the way, so that could create an issue. It's going to be different for everyone. You're going to have to find what works for you. I haven't found what works for me yet. I'm still up in the air about that. I need a lot more charging practice, so to speak, so I can get that sorted out. I saw in another video a guy recommended that this not be used for concealed carry, and I do not think that I will be using this for concealed carry, simply because it is bulky and the charging is awkward. I'll say awkward. It's awkward for me. It may not be for you. You're going to have to make that determination for yourself. I got this simply because it seems to have way more power than anything else, and it is powerful. Make no mistake. You do not want to get shot by this. It is not a toy, and it will really hurt. I've done some experimenting on this, and I've always thought, since I got it, that the 5 rounds that it's originally designed for did not sit well with me. Neither did this goofy plug with this Allen wrench. That was just I do not like that at all. So I actually made this. I made this piece. So when you do the jack in the box, you have a much better chance of containing it than having parts fly over the room and possibly not even finding them. I've also done things to turn this into a 6-shooter. If you get the extension will prevent you from reloading. And I've noticed that I can get at least 10 rounds out of this, out of a CO2. So if I'm not using the 10 rounds just for practice, I'm wasting half my CO2s. So I made this. It took a lot of time and thinking, but it seems to work pretty good. I like it. I can have it charged, and I can reload. Six more balls. I know people are going to roast me for using these aluminum balls, but who cares? Let them roast me. I like it. It gives me just enough to get my little finger on there. Doesn't really interfere with charging too much. I may trim it down just a hair more. I don't know. I need to go. I just trimmed this down. I haven't even shot it since I trimmed it. So I need to go and see if that's going to work out well for me. You notice I use painter's tape on this instead of the condom. I'm not a big fan of the condom, and it won't fit in this gap unless I trim it off. And I notice if my hands are wet and sweaty, it tends to slip more than the tape will. One other thing I noticed on this end of the CO2s, they may not be as flat and nice as you like them to be. I've actually, the second or third one I put in there leaked out. When I charged it, it leaked. I tried to make it tighter, it just all leaked out. So since then I've been facing off the face of these CO2s with 800 grit sandpaper, and basically I just swipe it across until they're nice and flat. I also had one that had a failure to charge. I tightened it and it didn't charge, and I had to tighten it just a little bit more before it started to charge. It felt really goofy. That's another reason why I do not recommend these for concealed carry, because you never know the consistency of this end of your CO2s. Maybe there are some that are 100% consistent, but do you want to risk that in a concealed carry situation? Trigger's kind of goofy too. I mentioned it, the pull of it's goofy, even just the angle of it, how it angles up, kind of goofy. Feels goofy. I'm guessing I just have to get used to it. Other than that, I kind of like it. It's this thing really kicks ass. Next thing I'm going to be looking at is projectiles. I just thought of that this afternoon. I'm going to make first round projectiles somewhat different than what they sell and experiment with that. Maybe I'll make a video if that works out well. Other than that, I kind of like it for home defense and for carrying in your vehicle. But like I said, I do not think I will be carrying this around for concealed carry. Unless I get it all sorted out, I will be looking for other options. still went in there. Anyway, that's it. That's my Grimberg 6-shooter.